Hi.
Hey there. How are you all? We hope you're well. So we wanted to come back with our next lesson from Joshua. We're doing a mini series, I guess.
Mhm.
So this is lessons from Joshua 2. So in this episode,
Episode.
I didn't know what else to call
Yeah.
it.
Part 2.
Um, we just wanted to talk about the Gibeonites.
Mhm.
And basically, what happened is that now, as Joshua's rooting through, he's doing the work that he needs to do, and he's trying to defeat people, and just get the people that the Most High says get out.
Mhm.
This group of people called the Gibeonites show up, and basically they come and they tell Joshua a story about how that they were chased, or they just make up a story, and Joshua and uh, the children of Israel end up making a covenant with them
Mhm.
instead of basically destroying them. They were on the destroy list,
Mhm.
but they ended up putting, tricking them by impersonating other people, I guess, or coming across like they're other people, and they ended up not being destroyed. But I thought the interesting thing about this thing is that the Gibeonites basically had done their homework. They'd heard about these people, these Israelites. They knew that they were a formidable people, that that their God was a mighty God, and they worked craftily.
Mhm.
Keyword craftily, to basically come up with a ruse to cheat them. And basically in coming up with the ruse, they were able to now deceive again, like I said, deceive them, and come into covenant. So the lesson here is to just basically beware of the sob story. We actually had a whole um, recent, and it probably is going to be out by the time this comes up, a whole video that we did about beware of the sob story. But I thought this was just so interesting, where they came with a story. Their clothes had been, they tore their clothes. They made the bread go stale, so they just had a whole entire
Great actors.
yeah, basically, thank you. They're acting, to be able to have a very, solid and compelling story to basically convince, Joshua and the people that they were who they said they were. And basically, it ended up with Israel made a hasty decision, and without inquiring of the Most High. And yeah, so here I just think it's just one of those things where, again, it's just important just to be aware of the sob story, and it made me want to bring up something else that I had seen in Deuteronomy
Mhm.
about pity. And I guess, when someone normally comes with a sob
Deuteronomy.
story, Deuteronomy 7 is it verse 16ish.
Mhm.
um but when people normally come with a sob story, they want to invoke pity, right? That's the whole point, is that they're saying, hey, pity me, this happened to me, this. So Deuteronomy 7, I don't have it all printed out here, but I have, certain parts. It says, destroy and have no pity. um, then later on, it kind of talks about how pity equals a snare, if I remember this correctly. And I just thought it was just so fascinating, because that's exactly what happened. So instead of these people who were, people on the destroy list, and they were able to basically evade that, because they came, they lied to you, you had pity on them, but they should have been destroyed. Later on, it goes on to say, you know, um, blah, 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 that the Most High, I guess, is going to send hornets. Do you have this?
Which
Deuteronomy
verse?
7, verse 20.
Verse 20. Moreover, the Lord your God will send the hornet among them until those who are left, who hide themselves from you, are destroyed.
Right. And I thought that was interesting. And I know this sounds interesting, but this is also how I pray sometimes. And I wrote down that this would be a great prayer point, that the Most High will send hornets to search for my enemies hiding in my camp. Because sometimes
Mm.
you just don't know. You don't know everything. We are not all the way, obviously tuned in to all these spiritual things that are going on. So sometimes we just do need to have prayer points where we're just saying, Father, reveal where I'm missing, reveal any unturned things, reveal people who are actually lying in my face. These Gibeonites lied. They came with a ruse. They were ready.
And drive them out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, that's another thing where, another lesson, and, I said it already, but let me just say it again so it sinks in, is that this is why where they failed is that they did not inquire of the Most High.
I think that's the big lesson here, that you need to always stop and ask for the counsel of,
right,
God. Like, yeah, let's not skip that step. And I think sometimes that pity, the sob story, either it washes over your defenses and you're immediately captivated and caught up in this sorrow story, and you skip let me wait and pray.
Well, normally, because I'm thinking about a certain person in our life, but normally I feel like when the sob story comes, the sob story normally comes with the ticking time. Isn't there normally a time like, oh, I need this to happen by a certain, there's a rush to it. And I think the rush, do you see what I'm trying to say? It's not like, oh, I have got 3 months to figure this out. Help me.
Meaning I need this now.
I need this now.
I need you to act on this now.
I need you to act now.
Because it's urgent.
It's urgent.
It's happening right now.
I need to move into your house now because I'm being evicted in 2 hours. Yeah. What am I going to do? And I know you've got space. Do you see what I'm saying?
And I think, I'm not exactly sure who you're talking about right now, but I'm thinking about a particular person who always cries at the drop of a dime.
It's the same person.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And the person does this in order to
deflect.
Yeah, to get you to you're looking here. They want you to look here. So it's all about, let me get you to not focus in. You're zeroing in on a particular problem. I need to make you look away from it. And so now you move off on a tangent. You're being told you thought the problem was this, and they're telling you the problem is there, and then you're now going down a tangent, and you've lost your way. First of all, whatever they're sobbing about is an interruption to your day, an interruption to you getting things done in your life.
Because you didn't have it in your calendar.
It wasn't on your list.
Crying with Mary.
Yeah. But now that you're digging deeper, they're asking you to take a walk down the street, such and such or whatever. And all of it is actually designed to actually rob you of your life, because you have a goal, an agenda, you've got a purpose for your life. And if people are coming with sob stories and asking you to pity them, and there's manipulation in the background, you don't know where they're leading you. Just like the Gibeonites. You don't know they have the agenda. They're actually the only people who know what they're doing. And they're using you.
That's actually really true. They're the only people who know what they're doing. And the Most High. That's why you need to inquire.
Yeah. Exactly. So if you can just take a moment, and I think it's just one of those really great practical lessons or tips that this is a sob story. Let me pause.
And don't be rushed into things, because that's exactly true. Yeah. Even if, let's say, it's not a sob story, I think just great advice is not to be, be doing things under duress, doing things under a short period of time. It's like you oftentimes are not going to make really great decisions, And when
if I can help someone, say, for example, if I can give somebody $5 or $20 or whatever, and, keep it moving, that's one thing.
Do that.
Yeah, that's one thing. Somebody, you might see somebody who's struggling, somebody outside or whatever. If you can bless somebody with some money and keep it moving, that's different. But if now I am being brought into something where we're asking for a bigger commitment from me.
Or like these Gibeonites, because think about what the commitment now that they're asking for is to make a covenant. And now basically what happened is that, if I fast forward the story, they were not supposed to be part, and eventually they figure out that, oh no, these people deceived us. And now eventually, like years down the line, who is it? Is it not is it with David and Saul? Is Saul? Yeah, Saul. I think it's Saul. Saul, I think, kills some people.
Oh, yeah.
And then apparently, because they're now on the do not touch list, even though they're problematic people, there's consequences that are paid by that. I think Israel ends up having a famine because Saul killed these people that went into covenant with the Israelites, even though they shouldn't have gone into covenant with. And so now when Saul kills a people, Israel faces a famine. And then now David has to come because he's inquires of the Most High, why is there famine? So now he has to come, and the people, he has to make restitution. The people say, we want the heads of Saul's kids. Do you see how deep this is? And this would have all the way been avoided. You know, obviously Saul had his problems, but did his kids have to die? This would have been all solved had Israel not gone into covenant with a people that had deceived them from the jump. Consequences, friends. Consequences. So at the end of the day, this is why we have to take the time. When people are asking for a lot, there's no, you want me to pay your rent? Then you have, then that means I should be able to have a chance to think this over and process it. Because you're making a big ask of me.
But if you don't want me to take a moment.
Oh, then go on. Go on then. We ain't got to have this conversation. I'm telling you, people will manipulate you. So you need to know that it's your time, it's your money, it's your car that they're trying to borrow. It's your, you know?
If you don't want me to take a moment, or if you don't want me to ask questions.
I can't ask no questions?
Because we have another similar issue. Well, not similar, but, you know, there's like an issue that we're facing in our family, our wider family, where, you know, it's like we were questioning a particular contribution, and that was a problem.
You can't ask questions. What you need the money for?
How we're using this
money? I don't want to contribute for you to go take this money and go to a strip club if that's what you're doing.
But you want us to give, but
I can't ask no questions.
We're not allowed to ask questions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So that to me sounds like a trap. So these are the kinds of, you know.
Which it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So just be mindful of these things. People will try to catch you in any type of way that they can, knowingly or unknowingly. But in this situation, from this lesson, these people knowingly were deceiving the people. So we need to just make sure, I think the take home is ask the Most High, inquire of the Most High.
Yeah. Pause. Yeah.
Don't be rushed into
pause.
things.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Because the Most High does not move in hurry and rushedness. No. He thinks things in advance. There's no rush.
From a place of peace. Let there be. Oh, yeah. Anyways.
That's it for me.
And that's it for me too. We hope this blesses you. Take care.
Bye.